You're on it.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, here we go. So welcome everyone. This is an overview of the kvCORE platform. I've been in here for a couple of months and I'm really enjoying it. So I wanted to provide just an overview of what I have been able to find out and explore and give you a little bit of direction to either excite you if you don't have access to it, or like I said, kind of show you where to start and focus your energies in the beginning so that the learning can kind of unfold really nicely for you. As you get into kvCORE, if you've never been into the platform, just hop on to remax.net, get logged into Max Center. And once you're in Max Center, you'll see two tiles. If your tiles don't appear here, just click to Apps and Tools and go to All Tiles. You'll see Platform, Max Tech powered by kvCORE, and then you'll also see an Updates tab. But we'll be spending our time in this platform, Max Tech powered by kvCORE. Before you hop into your kvCORE for the first time, just a little housekeeping. You're going to want to come up to the top right. And in the top right section, you'll see your name. Click on that and go to Update Profile. Take a few minutes and click through each of the tabs in Max Center. General info, contact, photo, professional details, and get all of this completely updated. Your personal bio, all of your MLS affiliation, contact info, all your social media links, website, and all here you'll see underneath contact info. Get all that really beefed up and completely filled out. That will be populating your website. So you won't be actually changing any of your profile data in kvCORE. It's actually pulling from your Max Center profile. So I did want to just take a minute and let everybody know that. Then when you get into Max Center, go ahead and click on that platform, Max Tech powered by kvCORE, and that's going to bring you right into your dashboard. Great question. Tony wanted to know if there's a mobile app, and there is, and it's actually one of the first things we're going to talk about. So just to answer two questions that popped up yesterday, one was if you're using the mobile app and you're using the desktop version, can you use the mobile app and not have the smart number appear when you're communicating? And the answer is yes and no. When you're using kvCORE on your desktop, or you're using kvCORE through the mobile app, which I'm going to show you how to download, anytime you use text is always attached to the smart number, which I'll tell everybody what that is in a minute. But if you use the mobile app and you hit call this person, it's going to use your cell phone. And so I'll elaborate a little bit on that, but that was a question yesterday. And the other question was, can you connect Zillow? You can connect Zillow for your reviews, which I'll show you where to do that. And then if you are paying Zillow for lead flow, you're going to come to Lead Engine, all Lead Engine tools, and you're going to look at Lead Dropbox. And this will let you sync your lead sources into kvCORE. So when you hit start now, you'll see you'll get a specific Zillow key for an agent, team, or office. And so you have email, Zapier, and Zillow. So that is where the Zillow Connect is. Just wanted to cover that quick for anybody that may have hopped on here today. Okay, so as we come in, you're in your dashboard. Couple of things. I'm going to give you 4 action items that you can try to go ahead and follow along now and do, or you're going to write these down on a piece of paper to make sure that you have them done. The first one is come up to the top right. One thing I do want to point out, you'll notice that navigation tools are along the left-hand side. A lot of us were used to them being across the top in Lead Street and in Bouge. These are going to be along the left, and I'm going to talk about each of these as we go through the hour. But as you come up to the top right, it's going to have your name. So here you'll see your name, and as you click on that, the first thing underneath it is what we call a smart number. The smart number is the same for the whole office. And the system actually knows who's trying to communicate with which agent based off of the technology that the system has in place. So even though it's one number, don't get alarmed thinking that if it comes from you, someone else is going to get the contact. Doesn't work that way. Every communication is coded throughout the system, but it's one smart number. So you're going to want to put this number immediately in your phone as a contact. So you're going to put it into the contact 678-607-8300. And then when I name it, I'm going to name it maybe Remax lead or opportunity, money, whatever's going to trigger you to know that this is a lead that could be coming in from any of the systems and the marketing and the advertising that you're doing. So smart numbers are what is triggered through the websites. So make sure that you know if you receive a phone call from the number listed under your name, that means you need to pick it up and it could be a great opportunity for you. So answer it appropriately. Someone asked about the social media icons. When you go underneath your profile, real quick, when you click on my profile, all this information here is populated from Max Center. So when you hit edit my profile, you can see how it's red. You can't touch any of these. That's because you have to go back to Max Center and do it underneath your profile page. So you have to come in here prior to getting into the system and go through under your contact info, click on every tab here and add all your social media. You'll see here, you can put in Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram. You can upload all of that, and that needs to be done through your Max profile. So make sure you do that ahead of time. And then you'll hit save. So that's under the profile. So get this smartphone number into your phone. That's step number one. And then the next thing you're going to want to do is when you're on your dashboard, here's the mobile app. So right under your name, we're over here on the left dashboard. And you know what, let me put a little spotlight on. Here, we're under dashboard, and here you'll see download mobile app. Do it from here. Don't try to do this from the App Store directly because this is going to give you the link to the appropriate code to get into the Remax section of it. And that's where you want to be. You want to be under the Remax kvCORE mobile app. Mobile app is fantastic. It works much better than any mobile app that we've had provided to us from Remax. And what I mean by that is Bouge never really even got one, and Lead Street didn't have one. So we now actually have the mobile app version of Max Tech that is really, really good. So get that downloaded right away. Above here where it says download mobile app, you're going to see a little icon for an email. Click on that, and that's going to let you connect your Gmail or your Outlook account directly to the kvCORE platform. So if you want to spend some time first learning the interface and you just kind of want to learn how to work the contacts that are already in here, you may not want to pull that trigger right away because it will sync all of your contacts, all of your communications. It's gonna become really an active platform, which is great. But I find that some folks would prefer to kind of learn the interface a little bit better first than trying to, have everything start to appear in here where it may cause you some confusion. So yes, when you're updating everything in Max Center, you do want to put in web directory, and that's going to be, you're going to want definitely for your website to be in the web directory. Okay, so that was a question that had just popped up. Great, keep the questions coming. Once you do the email connect, that is done. So as you start to get emails or add people to your Gmail account or Outlook account, they will automatically sync here. You'll also be able to see all of your emails in the platform as well as in your email account. So when you're in the middle in here, you'll actually be able to pull up and be able to see all communications in your dashboard. So that's just something you can kind of think about. And then the fourth thing that I want everybody to do right away before you even start doing the trainings is we have the smart number, we have download the mobile app, you've already updated your profile, connect or don't connect your email. Then I want you to come over to listings and click on all MLS listings, and you're going to see right above the listings, get the open house app. So if you're in a region that holds open houses or open house is one of your strategies, this is fantastic. You download this app and you can put it to your phone, you can put it to your iPad. And when folks visit your open house, you're able to set up the address and everything. They register on your iPad or your phone, and they immediately get loaded into your kvCORE contact list, and they're coded with a hashtag open house. So you'll know that they came from the open house app. And if you so choose, as you continue your learning through this platform, you're able to have a smart campaign that's already in the on position, and they can start getting the follow-up right out of the gate from the fact that you were able to put them into the system and they're already hashtagged open house. So there's a lot of functionality that you're going to find we haven't been able to do. I mean, if you have a different CRM, this may be old hat, but from anything we've had from Remax, we haven't had like this strong technology. And that's why I'm really excited about it. So those are just kind of the overview, like do these right away so that you can start to really understand the interface through here. So the question, do you download the open house app through kvCORE or Play Store? Get it right through here, and this is going to give you the proper code to get. And so it's going to link directly in here. So go ahead and just text it to yourself and follow the link through kvCORE, because kvCORE is a technology platform for anybody. It's not just for Remax. So we don't own kvCORE. We have a contract with them. So you want to make sure that you try to do everything through Max Tech, because that's the Remax connection. So I'm going to just encourage everybody to just try to get everything through clicking through here, just to avoid any kind of confusion or conflict. And that was located under lead engine. No, I'm sorry, listings, all MLS listings, and it's sitting right here. Get the open house app. You'll be able to find things in several spots. All right, so coming back, I'm going to do a quick overview of where you can get some great resources. And then I'm going to overview the navigation tabs on the left. And then I'm going to really kind of end with what I'm going to encourage everybody as kind of the starting point on how to get the most out of kvCORE. Couple of things. First time you're in here, you may be experiencing a little blue checklist on your left. Mine is gone because I've already completed the checklist. This checklist is a pop-up with several different action items to help you get oriented to the platform. I'm going to encourage you to go ahead and click on every single prompt. You'll need to watch the videos that are in each action item. They're very short, but this is what's going to clear out that checklist from continuing to pop up every time you come in the system. And it's also going to get your system fully initialized. So step one, if you've never been in here, please follow those prompts from that little checklist. And it'll take you maybe 15, 20 minutes. If you don't have your contacts ready to get uploaded, don't worry about it. That'll be fine. You'll be able to go back and get folks, later. So don't worry about that. But get rid of that checklist. And that way you'll know it'll give you that little initial navigation. The other thing you'll notice at the bottom here, support and training, this will link you to Remax University, their webinar schedule, and then a learning portal. So if you're ever in doubt, kind of just go down to that support and training area if you have some additional questions or would like to look at some other ways that you can get some learning done. And then we have over here on the bottom right is a little chat feature. You click on the chat feature and you're able to type in your questions. The cool thing is I had a question today about Zillow reviews, and I thought I was going to have to wait for someone to get back to me. And it actually gave me 3 good pieces of information that answered my question. And I didn't even have to wait for someone to respond. It actually prompted me where to go. And I learned something I didn't know. So this little gem right over here, have at it, firing away any questions that you have. It's pretty responsive. I've had other chats that are like, I never even know if they respond. This one actually also creates an email. So it kind of backs up. They'll know that you're looking for something, and they're great. In the middle of the page, you're going to have today's objectives. This just kind of tells you what's happening. Again, we're on the dashboard. Then you have playbooks in the middle, which are fantastic. And here's another little training section. I encourage everyone to take the Agent Quick Start course. Here's where you can view the live training calendar. When you click on this, you'll just pick your time zone and you can just start watching or signing up for all these courses. They're all recorded as well. So it's the same courses week after week, and they record them all. So every time they teach them, maybe there's a new question that pops up, or maybe they cover the information in a little different way. So feel free to sign up for any of these. When you click on them, it'll take you to previously recorded ones. So I love this tab because you can really find a lot of great information. They're all under an hour. Some of them are even shorter. So this is a great place. Don't forget about this place here. And the marketplace webinar, those are things that are that they sell. So I haven't done any of those. I'm trying to really utilize almost everything for free. There are a few things that I think are worth paying for in here, but for the most part, what we are presented with kvCORE is fantastic. So that's the dashboard, and in the middle, it'll show you any new leads you have, new text messages, new emails, hot leads, properties. So you're going to want to explore the middle of your dashboard each morning, and it'll also prompt you on the mobile app. And we have playbooks. Playbooks are really just step-by-step instructions of how to either promote a listing, gather your sphere, or work your sphere. And then they have more playbooks, it looks like, that are on the way. And the next tab down is our Smart CRM. So we have our Smart CRM. This is where all your contacts are going to be loaded. And we're going to talk about that right after I go through this. So all your contacts are going to be in your Smart CRM. Listings. This is pretty exciting. You can access all the listings from the MLS right within your kvCORE account. So if you're using your MLS, well, I know you're using your MLS, but if you're using something like Cloud CMA or some other functionality to gather your listings for things like that, you don't have to worry about using another platform to generate listing presentations and things like that, because we have Core Present, and Core Present can access all the data right from your kvCORE account, which is pretty cool. And you're able to actually go in and look at all the listings, as well as my listings, company listings, manual, if you want to put a listing in. Some MLSs have like private sections or coming soon sections, things like that, team listings. And then if you wanted to promote sold listings for any kind of marketing, we have the sold in there because we're going to be doing CMAs through here. So it's pretty cool that you have access to everything now within here. And one cool thing that I probably won't have time to show you, so I'm just going to point it out real quick, is if you come to company listings, say you don't have a listing, but you want to promote something, this is going to pull up all our company listings. So say I wanted to come up with like a deal of the week. So that's a really easy strategy for you to do. Maybe every Tuesday at 9 o'clock, you go in and find a property that looks like a great opportunity for someone, right? And you get into the habit of posting this every week or maybe twice a week, whatever you want to do. You can easily and quickly just come in. Let me come into one that's not a rental. I'm in company listing. Hold on here. And just say I pick this one in Johns Creek. And so I just click on this listing, it pulls it up. Here's the property. This one's pending. And then I just come to the right here. And again, the agent is David, but I'm in my account as Holly. I come to more actions and I just post to Facebook. And now I've pulled a listing from my office and it's going to drive people directly to my website to go look at this property. And I can just put up here, deal of the week, or I could put, our company has sold this house under contract, but we have several more just like it. And then it's just going to drive all these people right to my website. So you can quickly start promoting properties right through within kvCORE, which is so cool. So Stacy had a question, don't you need to get permission? So no, you don't. You need to talk to your broker. So what happens is when you list a property in the MLS, everybody in the MLS has already agreed to third-party syndication. It's like how Zillow can promote the most expensive listing today, and Zillow didn't list it, an agent listed it. So our websites are already fully compliant. What I can't do is say, look at my new listing. So your state will have regulations for your social media posts. So follow your state rules and how your broker wants you to word things. But when people click on this, it's going to my fully compliant RE/MAX website. So you don't need to get anyone's permission. If you want to go ahead and give credit in the verbiage, which might be required in your local market, that's where you need to find out the differences. So like at the bottom, you may want to say listed by someone, and that's just going to be a state by state thing. But once somebody clicks on this, it's already going to my website, which is already fully compliant. So just ask your broker for your rules on that. And so you're good. And that's what I really like about that feature, honestly, is that agents that don't have listings can start generating business on their own without having to worry about waiting. Now, as far as company listings, now notice I did that from company listings. Company listings are, of course, owned by the broker. So you're always able to promote company listings with no problem at all. But that's something that your broker needs to get with you on how you want to do that. But we promote everybody's listing like crazy because we all want to sell the listing and we all want to generate leads. And I'll tell you, the leads, it's been great. Like, I'm just so impressed because we had, Booge for the last couple of years and we just weren't getting any leads. And now the leads have just really turned on. So between the SEO, I guess, that kvCORE is doing behind the scenes with RE/MAX.com, and then our ability to just start throwing all this stuff out there to a really strong website that has artificial intelligence and smart campaigns and just better features, and it looks better, runs better. We've been really, really impressed. So hopefully you guys will experience the same thing as you start promoting your websites. So that's under the listings. Marketing. One thing I do want to point out, sometimes people will call me, they say, oh, I couldn't find that button that you were talking about. It's not under marketing. What happens is when you hover, like when I hover on lead engine, you'll go to the build a landing page, but marketing, there's more than just these two things. So make sure when you come to each tab, start at the top. So I'll click all marketing, and then it's going to show me, oh, okay, there's more stuff in here. So here's where you'll see hashtag management, the smart campaigns, birthdays and anniversaries, schedule a mass email, search alerts. So there's a lot more in here than just what appears on the screen. So I just did want to point that out. So here, there's all kinds of stuff you're going to be able to explore and do as far as marketing. Lead engine. This again, when you click all lead engine tools, you have landing pages, squeeze pages, call and text capture. I haven't even figured out pitch sheet yet. Hold a virtual open house. get more leads, property boost, bulk import. We're going to be going here in a minute. And lead Dropbox is if you want to connect another outside lead source. So there's all kinds of stuff in here. You can't really break anything. So definitely click on stuff and start playing around. I'm finding right now there's only one thing that may be worth the investment of $60 for each listing, but you don't have to, and that's property boost. You can do a lot of boosting yourself, but there is one feature that I like that's $60 per listing, but I would just add that to my budget. Like when I got a listing, I'd just say, okay, I know I'm going to spend 60 on that. I'm going to spend 90 on my professional photography, whatever you spend on your listings. Otherwise, I'm not seeing a need yet to do any add-ons. I think we have plenty. I've seen plenty in here to really help you get going. Transactions, we do not have an interface with transactions. So you will not need to be tagging onto this unless you plan on purchasing their transaction tool. And I'm not even sure if it's fully available. I actually don't think the transaction tool is available yet. It may be under marketplace. We'll take a look. And then website, if you go to website manager.
Yeah. I'm on a seminar.
Sorry, hold on a button. We
But
click
yeah,
to
definitely.
begin getting leads. Okay. To begin getting leads. I'm not sure what I clicked on. You might have to elaborate a little bit on that one. And then website manager. I'm going to show you just a couple of things today. The website itself is great, but you may want to add some additional widgets. And I'll do like a couple more free trainings and stuff on each tab so that you're just zoning in on one area instead of today, which is kind of more of an overview. But love the website, lots of great stuff, and it's easy to change. A really cool thing on the website is, the banner, when you go to a website, that banner at the top, you can make that a video. And so it's got the movement instead of just a still photo. And that's kind of cool. So, and then you have marketplace. This is where you can purchase extra things. So I wouldn't rush to start buying a bunch of stuff until you've kind of learned what you can already do on your own. So definitely slow down on that. As you need. As an admin, can I work on other agent sites? Yes, you can. And it'll tell you your role above your name. So like I'm a company admin. One thing I will mention, just to those of you that are admin or brokers on the call, if I make a change to our company site, I can click a button that says copy to children's sites, and I can update every agent's site right away just by doing one. So that is such a time saver. And then if the individual agent would like to make additional changes to their own, they can just go in and make the changes on their own, and it doesn't change anybody else's. So really a time saver. I love that. And the other thing when it comes to admin is any campaign that you want to start as an admin or any templates that you would like to add them on the company level, and then every agent has access to get them. So we add a newsletter in on the company level, and then every agent can go in and they can grab the newsletter. So it's so much better. I know we were dying to have that. And I can't remember if Lead Street ever even got it, but I know that we didn't have that in Booge. So it was really, you had to get everybody's permission to log in as them. You're able to go in and actually work with the agents, and all their lead information and all that can completely stay private. So you have that two-way functionality just to help the agents not have to worry about it. So it's great. So then you have your business analytics. This will just run reports for you. And then you have your support and training. So lots to explore. Definitely spend some time just clicking around and reading. Almost everything that you go to do, it has a pop-up video. Like that'll say, watch this video, and they're short. And it'll tell you exactly what you're trying to accomplish. So I've been really, really impressed with the help functionality. I've also gone into YouTube a couple times and just typed in, how do I do a landing page? And all these other people that have kvCORE, there's tons of stuff that's out there. if I just didn't even want to find it in here, but you'll be able to find it in here. It's very, very user friendly as you get in here and kind of play around. So where do we start? Okay. Every CRM is only as good as the information that you have in it, right? And get started. So I'm going to encourage everybody, your contacts from Booge should have carried over. If you didn't have any contacts in Booge, we need to get people in here. So that's the first order of business. Let's get all your contacts in here. If you want to just do that initial connect to your account, your Gmail or Outlook, click the little envelope up here and go ahead and say connect a Google account. That's going to go ahead and sync everybody. And I have like 5,000 people in my Gmail. So I didn't want to do that because I don't know half the people, Gmail kind of is everywhere. So I'm kind of having people just start with like your clients, your sphere of influence, all that. And think about connecting this maybe later, but it's up to you. You may just want to go all in. You're like, I'm just doing it. So just give that a little bit of thought ahead of time. For duplicates, there is a way to filter out duplicates. And I don't remember off the top of my head where it is, but you can merge your duplicates. I might have to include where to get that. I don't want to spend too much time trying to find it. But there is a way to figure that out. If I see it on the screen, I'll go ahead and point it out, but you can filter out your duplicates. So if you're not sure if Booge had everybody, you'll be able to merge those, no problem. The cool thing that they've done is they've offered two ways to get your contacts in here. So you're going to come over to Lead Engine or a playbook, either one. It's a playbook and it's also in Lead Engine. I'll just show you in Lead Engine. So all Lead Engine tools, bulk import. So this is the first thing we want to do. You might have a bunch of leads set up on property searches in your MLS. You might have people in Realty Juggler. You might have people in Referral Maker, Booge, Top Producer. Get all of those people out into a CSV file. Almost every program already exports it into a CSV. It looks like an Excel spreadsheet. So hit start and import. And as you scroll up at the top, you'll see it's got here, format your list. So it's got a template right here for you to use, or you can let them handle it, which is great. So if you're like, I don't even want to fool with it, all you have to do is hit submit a file and upload, hit I accept, hit next, and you're just going to upload, answer some questions, and then choose your file. Just make sure it's .csv. So if it does happen to export as an Excel file, just do a save as and name it your name .csv, and it'll save that format, and then just choose it. And they'll do it. It says it could take up to 3 days. It's been pretty quick turnaround. They've been doing great, maybe because a lot of people are just using the Booge imports, or you can do it yourself. And if you want to do it yourself, you just hit get started and it walks you through how to do it. So just remember to scroll up. Here's format your list. It's got the template all ready for you. One thing I'll point out in the spreadsheet, it's got the instructions. So at the bottom, it's got a bunch of different pages here. Templates, all fields. It shows you these are all the fields that you're able to import from your current CSV or your current database. So as I scroll over, you have secondary city, cell phone, price range, closing date, hashtags are the same as tags, agent notes, note, spouse. So it's pretty inclusive. It's got a lot of stuff in here. And what I'm going to encourage everyone to do is if you have any active buyers, I'm going to recommend that you take some time and fill in, if nothing else, fill in the area of where they're looking and their price range. And the reason is because as you get listings, you're able to click a button and it'll say match buyers. And it's going to go into your whole database and try to find people that have criteria that matches that new listing. And then it's going to say, hey, contact these people, send them this listing, send them a text message, send them an email. Also, as leads are hopping around on your website and looking at properties, that information is already kept behind the scenes. So you don't have to go in and add it again for leads. The system will already populate what they were looking at based off of the activity on your website. So if you have 10 buyers right now and you didn't have a CRM that had, or you didn't fill in the CRM what price they were looking for because you had just built a search in the FMLS or the MLS, I would just take a few minutes and go ahead and fill in these fields. Because as other agents also get listings, they're able to send you their new listing through kvCORE. And when you receive the listing, there's a blue button that says match my buyers. And it'll go into your account and see if any of your buyers match your agent, your co-agent or co-colleagues new listing. Like there's so much cool stuff in here. So I would definitely try to utilize as many of the fields as you can. So if you're going to do it yourself, it'll tell you how. You just click through and you add your file and it's just a little wizard and you can get it done really quickly. So those are going to be some great points to go through. Let me get this one. Sorry, my menu bars are in the way. There we go. Okay, so that's where you get your contacts in. Once you get your contacts in, they're now going to be under My Contacts under your Smart CRM. And this is really cool. There's some great stuff in here too that I'm really excited about. So this is what it looks like, a little bit different than Booge. Well, a little bit similar to Booge, but pretty different than Lead Street. So here are all my contacts, and you'll notice just a couple of things. I can mass email people, I can mass text, I can do a video message. The system comes with with Core Video, which is for free, one video for 10 different individuals per month. So you get 10 free videos a month through kvCORE. Now you can create a video and upload it in YouTube or BombBomb. It just needs to be in that YouTube format and add that to any email that you want to do. But the system itself does come with the ability for you to do 10 free just on the fly. And then there's some more actions that you can do, change status, add a hashtag. Here's where you would add a contact individually. And then what I really like is you have this ability to apply filters. So you'll notice at the top of mine, I have all contacts, my contacts, 33 touch, A+ clients, Remax Center agents, test. These are filters that I've already created that will let me pull up lists really quick. So if I just want to pull up, okay, who did I put into my 33 touch program? Click on that. It's now going to pull up just the people that have the hashtag 33 touch. So see how you can see it here, 33 touch, 33 touch. It's a little further down, but 33 touch. So I can always just pull up that list real quick. But you might want to pull up leads, like open house leads or whatever kind of lists you want to get to quick, your A+ clients. You can create these on the fly and it's all done by filter. So over here, you click on filter. You might be like, you know what, today I just want to look for my prospects. Maybe you don't even want to pin it up here. You can click on prospect, scroll down and hit apply filter. This will pull up anybody that's a prospect that you have coded as a status of prospect. So there's none in here. But then say you want to, let me get back to my contacts. I'll go to my contacts. Okay, say I said, I'm going to come under here under contact details. And here, this is where you would select the hashtag. So maybe you have a hashtag for open house or newsletter list. Like maybe you decide I'm going to have a list for everybody that's going to get a newsletter. And then you can do a search for that. Or you might say, you know what, I want to pull up everybody that does not have a phone number. I want to pull up everybody that doesn't have a birthday. I want to pull up everybody that has a primary address. So you can just filter and look for certain people that you want to communicate with that day. Another thing is they have it under behavior. So say you said, okay, I want to see who does not have a market report set up. You can pull up just that list of people that don't have a market report set up, and then you can start to put them on a market report. So I love the filters because I can quickly find all these people, like whoever saved a property. Property interest, same thing here. You can just say, let me find anybody that was on the site up to 500,000. Let me look at those people. So just a lot of cool things you can do to work on targeted lists. So I wanted to point that out. As you go ahead and add your contacts, or you might have opened up your account and realized, oh, all my Boosh people are in here. Where I want most of you to start working is to go ahead and open up a contact record. And as you do, this is what the record will look like. It's got the name along the top. I can go from the previous person to the next person. Over here on the left or at the top here, you'll see these are the tabs. We have timeline, profile details. Are they on any search alerts? Are there any files? We're not really using files or transactions right now. And then do I have any outgoing tasks or upcoming tasks? Over here on the left, it just kind of tells you what hashtags are attached to this person, any insights. In the middle tells you where they are in the client journey, how you've coded them. I'm going to recommend that you put everybody in Sphere, and then you can kind of start working with the client journeys. The only thing I want to caution you with is client journeys will trigger a campaign to start if the campaign is in the on position and it's triggered by the client journey. So I'm kind of telling everybody, just keep everybody in Sphere, but I'll show you that when we get to campaigns in a minute. The middle section is going to tell you it's going to show you any of the activity that you've done with this person, how they got in here, and it just keeps a running total of all the activity on that person. So you can always go back and look. And then over here on the right, you have some actions. So you can add a note, make a phone call. If I make a phone call right through here, it's going to go through the system and it will appear on their phone from my smart number. If you use this system, I can send an email. I can send a text. Same thing here. The text will come from the smart number, but it does add your signature to it. So they will know who it's coming from. You can do voicemail drop. You could do a core video, or you could link right into the presentation section and start doing a listing presentation or a buyer presentation. There's a whole list of stuff under more actions, share the contact, update, send a new valuation. So there's some more things through there that you can look at. And then over here on the right, this is the section that I was talking about, like with market reports. So as I look at Vicky, I would say, okay, does Vicky need to be on a search alert? Nope, she's not in the market to buy a house. Should I put her on a campaign? Maybe my 33 touch campaign. Tavia from corporate did a great webinar on the 33 touch program, which was part of like referral boot camp from Momentum. And she did it's in Remax University. She did a great job. You could add them onto a campaign. Market reports. If they are a property owner, they get put on a market report. So I'm encouraging everyone, if they own a house, go ahead and click add, put in their location or their neighborhood. So say I wanted to do a city, I would do Johns Creek, wait for it to populate. And then I would pick the city, Johns Creek, if I didn't find a specific neighborhood. And then you just say, I want this report to go out every 28 days, hit add. Now, Vicky Rowe is going to get a report from me that's going to look like this once a month. They're trying to make this logo smaller, but here's what the market report looks like. So those of you that are in Lead Street that have been using the market report feature, it looks different, but it's still the monthly contact, which is great. And here it'll say, here's a local update for Johns Creek. Homes for sale, new to the market, average home price, sold price last 30 days. Learn more. That'll link right to your website. recently listed, recently sold. See, all these are not necessarily your listings. That's why we're all compliant. These are all just taking people to your website. You didn't have to ask for permission from these agents to put this email out. Most expensive house probably wasn't mine, but here it is, 4 million. Popular listings, view all listings, reports. So there's all these lead generators, and then it'll have your info right at the bottom. And that goes out once a month. So get all of your people on some type of a market report. Sorry. And that's right over here. So I'd hit add. I'm not going to do this because she's an agent in my office. Core present, if you wanted to link, right, and start doing a presentation, you could link it here. I'll show that in a minute. Listing valuation, you put in their address here. The report that goes is very similar to this market report. It just goes one time, but it will have a little more specific information about their property. The cool thing is when you have that valuation in there, you can, if you go on a listing appointment in 6 months, it's like the data is kind of saved in there, and then you can just update it from Core Present. And then if they're a listing, if they're a seller of yours, you would go ahead and add the MLS, their MLS number, and now they're going to get the seller report email from you every week. So this area is really key. So I'm telling the agents, listen, this is what I want you to do. Come in, go to profile details, the second tab over, hit edit details, fill out as much information. If there's a blank, I want you to think, can I fill that out? I'm even telling people for your past clients, if they already bought a house, go ahead and put like Johns Creek location and the like price that they paid for their house, the average. You don't have to do the bedrooms and bathrooms. The reason I'm saying do that is because when you hit find matching buyers, if you fill in some of this stuff, and they're going to come up in the list. Now, you know that they're not an active buyer, but it's going to remind you like, oh yeah, that person bought 2 years ago and this was the price range. It might trigger you to want to reach out to them for something else. So I'm just telling people, go through from left to the middle, here to the right, and try to find out as much information as you can, and find like all their social media stuff, their primary address, the birthdays, all that stuff. The more you have filled out in here, the smarter the system is going to be as far as letting you know like who to contact, who might be interested in something. So this is where I think a lot of people can be spending a lot of time right now cleaning up these records. Even if you did just like 3 or 4 a day, and really took some time to do that. Don't forget to hit save changes. So do that. Basically, you're just looking at timeline and then profile details. So timeline, I can come over, and that's what I'll do. I'll tell people, listen, let's look at what do you have set up for everybody? Do you have anything set up for anybody? So right now I'm just going to see what questions came up in the chat. So I can hold on and start. Is there a way to sync iPhone contacts to kvCORE? Great question. I'm going to write it down. I think if you can, I don't know if there's a direct sync, but I feel like if you were to get your email connected, let me think about that for a moment. How do you add the tabs? I'll show you that. Would you recommend setting up searches to clients within kvCORE? I would absolutely use kvCORE. I know you want to use the MLS. Like if the buyer is actively looking at properties, I know it's important to use the MLS because you need to see what are the showing instructions, who's the listing agent. Like you need that access more than they do. So I still think the client prefers to see the data the way it is on our websites, not the way we send it in the MLS. That's why they keep going to Zillow, because they don't like the MLS printouts. So even when you're sending them MLS printouts, they're still typically taking that property and going and Zillowing it. So I would just send it from my website. I'd set up those searches on the website. And if they're actively searching properties, maybe you do both, is what I would think you could do. What is similar to Megaphone? So for the flyer creation, the flyers are coming in the fall. So right now, Megaphone is still the place for flyers, and Core Design will be replacing Megaphone, but that's not going to happen until fourth quarter. So the flyers that are in here, if it does generate something, it's not good. You're better off just sending the listing itself. Somebody had a great question and I forgot to show it. I knew I was
Anybody
gonna
have
get
questions
ahead.
they want me to put in the chat? I'm sorry.
You're good. Go ahead. You can put them in the chat and I'll open it up in like 3 or 4 minutes. We'll just do Q&A and I can run a little bit later today. So I don't have to rush off right away, but if you guys have to go, I get that. Hold on. Creating these little tabs along the top. You're gonna go apply whatever filter you want. So say I want to look for a hashtag, somebody has newsletter. I just don't know if I have anybody in here that does. Let me hit apply filter. It doesn't matter, even if I didn't have anybody matching. At the bottom, hit save filter.
Well, of course, I'm like, did you do
And
this?
then it's going to let you save it, newsletter.
Well, I had somebody get a hold of me, and then they're actually, I went over to give
Pin
it
this filter as a quick link and then hit save new filter.
switched him to a seller,
Hold on, I'm trying to
texted him.
mute somebody here.
I thought it was pretty interesting. And she went over everything, kind of know, but she's not sure much more with that.
Okay. So now once you apply the filter at the very bottom on the left, it says save filter. And then once you do that, let me move this. It's right up here, newsletter. Now that tab is up here. And I don't know how to unpin it. I'll have to figure that one out. I'm sure I'll be able to. Anyway, so now you have, oh, hold on, select a save filter. Oh. Delete, there you go. Now I deleted newsletter filter from the top. So see, you can add and delete right up here. So that's just a really quick way to sort. So I love it. So get your contacts in here, 2 ways to do it. And then just real quick, I want to show this because folks liked this yesterday. Go in and fill out as much as you can about each person. And then set them up on a market report. And then over here under playbooks, when you get a listing, promote a listing. When you hit open, you can go to, like I can go to company listings. Your listings will appear right here. So I don't have any, but you can see my listings. And then you pick a listing and you just hit start promoting and it's going to open up like this. And it's going to go through these action steps on the left for your new listing. So you make sure you add your seller as a contact and then you can notify the agents. So you pick your office and then here's the email that goes to everybody in the office. And then when they receive it, they can hit find matching buyers. And then you can contact matching buyers yourself. kvCORE will go through all the activity that you have from your website and from anything that you put in the fields. Remember, I said to at least put the city and the price range. It will then tell you who you should be contacting for. Or if there's nobody, now it says we didn't find anybody with matching contacts. Well, I don't have any buyers in my account. That's why. But you can send them a text right here. Or you can send an email. And it's going to say, hey, a new property hit that matches. So this is how you promote your listings. You can also use text coding. So you could promote with a text code, tell people to text 1247 Monroe to this phone number. It's attached to you, goes automatically into your client account. Leverage social media. Now Property Boost is where you pay $60. It's like Megaphone, but the cheapest one to promote the listing is $60. And it says that it'll add between 8 and 12 new contacts to your database. It'll run an ad for 7 days and it'll get over 2,000 impressions. So it's similar to Megaphone, but Megaphone, you can do a cheaper budget. This one's $60. I'd probably just add the $60 to my budget for each listing because I think it's gonna be worth it. I have some agents that are testing it for me now, so we can see. This is cool, digital promotion. It automatically creates a squeeze page and a landing page where you can just hit post to Facebook. And here, I already did it, and here's what it looks like. So on my Facebook page, I have right here, here's the bot, I did both of them. So this is the squeeze page. So when people click on this, I'd write a little blurb about it. Hey, check out my new listing. This is the squeeze page. Now, when someone clicks on a squeeze page, that's going to take them right to the search results page, the listing page on my website. So see, now they can start looking around at it. I'm not going to generate a lead unless they click on like request a showing, print a flyer, ask a question, right? Now they may start doing another search and then they could turn into a lead. So the squeeze page takes them to your website. The landing page, if I go back, the landing page is what I would start with because this is a capture page. So click on this, just listed, Binary Avenue. Enter email to see the price and pictures. So I think I'm going to build a strategy to tell everyone, start with the landing page to see if you can get some leads and maybe do the landing page for like 5 days. And then go ahead and throw the squeeze page out because now you're just going to get more traffic to your website, but they're not required to register. So anyway, there's a lot of strategies we can do with that. But I love that you can just promote your listing so quick with this little playbook and then follow up and communicate. Here's where you put the seller on the seller report, or you can put them on a smart campaign. So let me see what other questions and then I'll open it up. Are there templates for newsletters? So no, and I didn't even get into that way, but I will tell you one whole thing. Hold on. Is there a way to only receive buyer seller leads versus rental leads? That's going to have to be done on, I don't think you have access to change it, but I think you can get with company admin and you can ask them to change your rotation, your lead rotation to only receive certain type of leads. But I think that authority has to be done on the company admin level. I haven't looked at it from the agent level. So, because I'm only an admin, but I know that there's a way that I can limit what somebody gets if they ask me to. So I know it can be done in the admin. I'm just not sure if it can be done in the agent. So check with, if you're not admin, check. And then one quick thing, because I knew I was going to run out of time. I'm so excited. Like there's such good stuff in here. But let me just show you quick under, it came up a little bit, smart campaigns. When you open up smart campaigns, you're going to see my campaigns, the kvCORE library, and then templates. When you come under templates, this is where they're going to start adding newsletters and stuff like that. We're paying Jeremy Collins with the Level Up program. He creates a monthly newsletter for us now, but we pay to be part of his Level Up Academy. In the fall, when we get core design, that's when they said they'll start putting newsletters in, but you can build a quick newsletter. So if I come to templates, you'll see there's a bunch in here, like ask for referrals. Are you still in the market? Conversation starters, buyer, default, pre-approval. So there's curb appeal. There's stuff you could actually use yourself as a newsletter, or you could come here to add template, add an email template, and go to this advanced editor. And then here you can go ahead and start building. It's similar to how Bouge was. See, I could add an image, a button, a divider, HTML, a video, icon, social. So you can build a quick newsletter, do it as a template, and then you can set it up as a campaign. So I know that this was really quick and there's just a lot, but I'm hoping that you guys are excited. I'm going to stop sharing and just open it up. Are there questions that I did not get the answer to? I know there's some I need to find out. Is there a way rental leads, templates for newsletter? I answered that. Any other questions? Squeeze pages, how to get it on the squeeze page, just hit paste to Facebook and it actually opens up on there. You can also create squeeze pages and landing pages and you just post those on. And if anybody wants to stay and see that, I can just pull up the landing and squeeze pages. But for folks that have to leave, was there any other Last minute clarification or question I can answer, anything? Um, yeah, I think I got everything on here. I do have to confirm on that iPhone contacts. That's a good question.
On the boost, you talked about a $60 boost. What specifically was that? Or is it like already built in and designed?
Yep, let me show you. When you go to the playbooks and promote a listing, I'm just gonna open up this one. When you hit property boost now, it looks like Megaphone. So see, it's gonna show you what it looks like on mobile and what it looks
Mhm.
like on desktop. And then when you hit boost now, you can also do open house. You could do I was just trying to see for the listing option. Let me show you. See, you have listing, open house, price reduced or sold. As you scroll down here, it's going to show you what it covers and what you get. So for the listing, it's $60, 7 days, runs for 7 days, 2,000 times. It should add between 12 and 16 contacts to your database. If you wanted to do an extended promotion, 150. That's why, like, I have a listing tracker. Everything that we spend on our listings, we track. And then we have a little spot for like, did we get any leads from that? I'm happy to, it's just a Word doc. I can share that if you want to customize it. And that way you'll start to get in to do the same tasks for every listing. And then you kind of track what works. And did I get 3 pieces of business from that listing? So this kind of falls in line with, because we track, did we do an open house? How much did we spend? Did we do postcards? We do 4 postcards for every listing. Did we get a return? So this is just something if you want to add it to your budget, or just an open house. It says you should. It should be seen up to 1,000 times. And then you have the open house app. I'm so excited. All this stuff, it's so good. And then this eventually will probably take away Megaphone, because I think Megaphone's going away once we get core design. So I'll find out if we can do anything less than 60, but I'm not sure. I didn't see anything. So that was that on property base. Go ahead.
It doesn't automatically do that. Once you engage it on one, it's not going to like do it for all
No, you pick.
individual. Okay, great. Because
Yeah,
that's the
you pick.
problem we had with Megaphone previously, to get them to stop anything. And then they were doing it when you sold it, when you open housed it. And so like I looked at our credit card statement one month and it was like over 18, like, and I'm like, ding, 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 so they were just going to town and there
No.
was no way to turn it off. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think there's a feature that you can do a certain budget and set it with them. I would just pick the listing that I would want to do and don't have them run them on all, because I'm sure there's a way they would love to
Yeah.
do that. They
Absolutely.
don't.
And Holly, will you remind us where you found the videos and the free training?
Yes.
Like that was kind of step by step if somebody gets stumped. Yeah.
Yep. So when you're in the system, always go back to at the bottom. There's a couple of places. On the bottom left, you'll see support and training, and it's got the webinar schedule, Remax University. Over to the right, you have the little blue chat button. That'll come up. And when you type in a question, it'll either tell you where to go or it'll actually start a conversation. So I could if you start typing, like I could start typing in, or you can just see the articles, ask a question. And then the other one is under dashboard, right at the top, agent quick start, training calendar. And you'd be surprised too, just on YouTube, if you go to YouTube and just type in
Question, right.
a question or an area that you want to learn about, there's so much that's already been put out there. The other thing is the Facebook group. There is that Facebook group, which is if you type in Remax kvCORE, Remax kvCORE, there's a couple of different Facebook groups that have also been set up for everybody. So I would join those too. That's great. Yep, I'll send out the ad tracker with the recording. Let's see, only my Facebook is shown, not LinkedIn or Instagram. So if it's grayed out, then go back. Remember, Lauren, go back to Mac Center. If you go into Mac Center and then your contact edit your profile, here's where you would need to go to contact info, and you need to add in Instagram, Office, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Pinterest. Here's where you can add in all that. You do that at Mac Center and give it a little bit, and then it'll update in kvCORE.
Thank you.
Awesome. I do have a question, Holly, that maybe you do or don't know. When a lead comes in through kvCORE and they're talking with the smart number, and we had this come up recently, and it didn't notify me because I didn't have notifications set up. At what point, if you engage with them, does that turn off the automated things and let you take over, basically, if they're talking to somebody in the background?
So as people come in, if you have a campaign set up and they start receiving text messages from the smart number, what'll happen is you can turn off the campaign at any time. And then what you're going to do is start to just interface through your phone, not through the mobile app. So the way the mobile app works, if you're in the mobile app and you click on the little phone icon, if you're in the mobile app, it goes through from your phone number. The texting feature, if you do it through the mobile app or through the desktop, always has to be attached to the smart number for compliance. So as I start learning somebody, I'm just going to open up and I'm going to go right to my own text messaging, and I'm just going to put in their name. I'm just going to dial their number from here, not from the app. And then it's going to be attached to my phone. So it's just a little, so
and then
there's
turn that campaign off for them?
Yeah,
or
the
is
way
it smart enough to know, like, you just called them or text them from your real number? I just was curious how that worked because I didn't turn off a campaign. I didn't know if my CRM's still talking to them.
yeah, well, what happens is it typically will move them in the client journey. So they start as a new lead. As soon as they communicate with you, they flip to active lead. So like right now, we're only keeping campaigns on for new leads. We don't have anything turned on yet for active leads because we want to go in and clone those and make them our own. And then what you can do is have it stop. Like that's why I'm not a huge fan on the smart campaigns, because that's the problem. Right now, if it's turned on, it will stop as it moves through the journey, and it moves through the journey based on how they communicate with you. So typically, if they go from a new lead to an active lead, there probably isn't text message. I don't think that's going to go out automatically because it knows that now you're communicating with them. So you'd have to go in and look at the settings of that campaign. We pretty much have turned a lot of them off until we can go in there and change the tone of the messaging and all that stuff. We do want to be notified, and we do want them to get one trigger right away to let them know that we'll be reaching out shortly. So, and I can do more on that because it does get confusing on the smart campaigns, but once you get a handle on them, they're great. They're really good. The open house one is good to look at for sure. All right, any other Zillow reviews. Billy, are you still here? Let me hop in there real quick. I didn't get that. So your reviews, when you come under website and IDX, you will see over here on the right, testimonials. What you want to do when you hit view edit is just add one testimonial. Like it'll say add testimonial, add one here manually, and then it'll say connect Zillow reviews. Click here, put in either your email that's associated with Zillow or the screen name. It's only going to let you put one or the other, and hit save. And then I need to show you where those actually appear. So once you've connected your Zillow reviews, they only appear on one place on the website. Let me show you where that is. Once you connect one, actually under resources, it'll say reviews. Let me go to an agent that has it. Once you load those under your agent, you come to testimonials and it'll let people put in their own, but here's where they're going to appear. Now, what I would recommend, see how they're only under this part, under testimonials, and here are the reviews on Zillow. What I would recommend is you copy and then go paste, because if I go to her homepage, I created one manually and it's under what your neighbors are saying. This doesn't pull the Zillow reviews. This field pulls the manual. So what I'm gonna go in and do it for her. I'm gonna go and grab like 5 or 6 of her Zillow reviews, copy, and then I'm gonna come in here to, I'm gonna come in here and hit add, and I'm gonna paste in like 5 of them, and that's gonna create a carousel on the homepage so that the Zillow reviews will appear on the homepage. Because right now they're appearing up under that testimonials tab, and I want them to be right here. So the more I put in, the more that this will turn into a carousel. So I'm just gonna copy and paste some of them, and then if they go up to testimonials, then they can see them all over here. So hopefully that made sense. And then other people can do it. So you can always send people this URL and say, after you work with them, and say, hey, would you mind giving me a testimonial? And then those end up right on your homepage. Great question. Okay, let's see. All right, I think we're good. Any other questions?
Anybody?
All right, well, thanks for hopping on. I know it goes fast, but it's a lot. So take it one step at a time. I'll send this recording with that listing tracker. And if you have any further questions or need anything, just reach out. Always available. You'll have my email. And I hope you guys get as excited as I am about this stuff. It's definite game changer. So take it slow, but it's good.
Thank you so much,
Thanks,
Holly.
Holly.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
thank you. Y'all have a great day.
You too.
Okay, bye.